Legendary Lake Fork, the land of big bass. May, water's low, the fish are going to be congregated. I'm ready to fish this tournament. All right, here we are, Legendary Lake Fork. Just getting over a little head cold, but that's not going to slow me down. I mean, it's fork. It is fork. We're talking big bass, good time of year. Post-spawn, fish are healing up, a couple different deals going on. Let's get after it. Practice was a decent practice. We had calm conditions, nice warm weather, and I had a couple shallow deals going on. You know, Lake Fork is a crowded lake. There are a lot of people fishing it because it pumps out so many big bass. With that being said, the lake was down. That also congregates people a little bit, but I thought I'd found me some really special shallow areas. And the first day of the tournament, I ran for the first 4 places, never could get on a single spot that I wanted to. So I immediately had to go to backup fish, and the wind on the first day made it a little tough.
Did you?
No, just in my shirt.
Not what you want to do there. Figure it out. Figure it out, buddy.
Yeah, finally got onto a spot that I wanted to fish. Got on the board with a big swim bait. You thinking big swim bait, big bass? Not always, not always. Started off with a smaller one, but it broke the ice, and then I was able to kind of settle down and then just kind of start fishing and catching fish on some different baits.
There you go. Come on, we'll do it. Like 111. All right. All righty. Good. Got it? Marble?
Switch it up a little bit in the afternoon, trying to go back after some of those big ones that I had found on those shallow areas. Ended up catching 1 3-pounder on the glide bait, which I thought I was going to just totally wreck them on, but that 1 3-pounder, it helped out quite a bit. One of the best ways to catch fish on a highly pressured fishery is soft plastics. Yeah, one of my go-tos is a Missile Baits quiver, 6.5, and that's exactly what I ended up picking up that first day and catching a bunch of good fish on.
Bring it on in, John. Oh yes, sir. That's a scoreable. Two six.
Okay.
That's a big one. That looks like a good one. Oh my God. Yes, sir. I don't know what side you want to go on. On this side. I'm all with it. Yeah. Oh. That's good. That's cool.
Watch yourself.
You're good. You slap me in the head with that, that's okay. Blame the fish.
Got it. Got it.
Oh, look at that hook set.
He wasn't coming off. That's what we need.
That's what you need right there, buddy.
That's what. Quiver will deliver, baby.
Nero. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try a little bit. Come on, 5 pounds. Come on.
We'll lock in. Yeah.
5-4. That baby?
Put your foot there. It's teetering.
I'd say 5-5, man.
Okay.
5-5. That's a good one.
Can you get your picture? Yeah.
Oh, what you got? There you go. Get another one. Yes, sir. That's a good one. What side you want off?
He's coming in hot.
Ooh, get him in. Well, I can't touch him. I want to grab him.
Well, you can defend yourself.
Yeah.
I thought it was bigger than that. What you got, 2-8?
2-8.
Well, we just checked in, myself and David over here, who's my faithful judge today, did an excellent job. He is crappie fisherman extraordinaire, but today, for me, we got 16 and some change. We're gonna go up here and see where it puts us in the standings right now. All right, here we are, day 2, Lake Fork. Got the crew hanging out right here, waiting to take off. Need to step up the game a little bit. We're gonna have some wind again, but we'll get out here and get after it. Day 2 going out there, I only had 1 5-pounder on the first day. So the day 2 going out there, I knew I needed to catch at least what I caught on the first day. I had 16, 13 the first day. It was just outside of the cut. I knew if I caught 17 pounds or more, I could do it. You know, it's Lake Fork, not that hard, right? So I went out there. In the morning, things were really tough. Nothing that I was doing was working. So I ended up going around the rotation until I got to a place that I caught about half of my fish on day 1. Had to slow way down, even had to break out the magic worm on a shaky head to catch my first keeper, which was a 3-pounder, so at least it was worth it.
Little one.
He ain't very big, but he's pulling like he's somebody.
Oh yeah, they're deep. Good job. Good job.
Oh, magic worm, I swear. Magic worms.
Blow up on him. There he is. Heck yeah.
Watch out, watch out.
No, you're fine.
Anybody other than the bass. There we go. All right, that's it. I'm gonna pick up the whopper plopper. I'm gonna go after some of these brim fish. I'm gonna just keep this thing locked in my hand and see what I can do in the next couple hours.
Thought he was bigger when he hit it up on Yes. Yes. Zero ready.
Man, like I said before, that plopper bite is so much fun, and when they get on it, you have to just kind of stay with it. And I was able to catch a limit, called a couple times, got a decent bag. I knew that I just needed one big bite the rest of the afternoon, and I'd be fishing on day 3.
Yes. That's all it is. Good keeper. Doing good.
Chicken.
I'm 0, so whenever you get ready. Zero ready when you're ready. 2 pounds. I saw 2 seconds.
Man, when that last minute fish bit off that dock, I thought, here it is. This is the one I need. It's going to be a 5-pounder. And it wasn't. It was a 2.5 pounder. But that ended up culling and helping, moved us up a couple places. But it was not what we needed to move on to day 3. So another disappointing finish, really. Man, we just weighed 15.5. It was 32 and some change, and that is going to be about 2 pounds short, 1.5 pounds short, something like that. So a little frustrating. I knew I needed that 5-pounder. 4.5 or something like that would have done it, but another just miss on the day 3 cut. It's getting frustrating, I'll be honest with you. So we're gonna have to get it together going forward. Pickwick, be here before you know it. looking back on it, you know, I don't know. I think my practice strategy of kind of staying in one creek arm backfired a little bit because the wind blew really hard out of the south 2 days in a row, and I didn't realize how it was going to mess up the shallow bite. I mean, normally the wind makes a shallow bite better, and I felt like that was going to be the case, but that was definitely not what happened at Lake Fork. I kind of learned a lesson there. The deeper places that I had found were covered up during the tournament, as you might expect. I really couldn't get into the rotation on that deeper stuff. I didn't commit to the deeper stuff enough to really have stuff all over the lake scattered to be able to, you know, kind of run places. The fish were just starting to move out. Wasn't one of those deals where they were out everywhere. A lot of fish were in transition. A lot of fish were still on brim beds. A lot of fish were still hanging around waiting for the shad spawn. There were still some fry hanging around the timber. There was a bunch of different bites going on, and they were kind of scattered. So it made it hard to kind of pick one thing and just go do that and have a really good tournament. I mean, I feel like if I just had one more good bite first or second day, you know, I'm fishing on day 3, and then I can kind of go from there because the wind's calmed down. But you know, in hindsight, I don't think I fished a terrible tournament. I just didn't get fortunate and get you know, multiple good bites either one of the first 2 days, and that was kind of the downfall. So ended up finishing 56th in the tournament. Slipped down just a little bit more in AOY standings. So we got a short turnaround, less than a week, going back to Pickwick. I can't have my tail tucked in between my legs too long. I'm gonna have to get it together and put together a good tournament for Lake Pickwick, move back up in the standings, and try to get some momentum before we head north.